What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the 10-7 MMA. I'm DS, and as always, I'm here with my guy, Dino Bam Bam.
What's going on, Dino?
What's up, my brother?
Looking fly, bro.
Thank you. I came from a dinner with a woman.
Nice. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What else is pretty cool is the fight night card that we have in front of us.
Yes.
Obviously, the main event was supposed to be on a previous card.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know, is it the most stacked card in terms of names? No, but I think we've got some good fights on here.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited about this card. As MMA fans, these are the kind of cards that most people don't really look forward to, but...
Really, I've been looking forward to the Hailey Cowan fight for like 4 events now.
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked about her more than any other fighter at this point.
Yeah.
Or at least we've done more research on her than any other fighter because...
I mean, it's been canceled multiple times.
Yep.
The poor lady has not made her UFC debut yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully she gets to make it on this card.
Where's Jamey-Lyn Horth?
Horth. Before we get into that, guys, please like and subscribe. Ring the little bell notification down there. You'll get all the alerts when our new videos drop. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you like me? Do you like him? Do you hate us?
Do you think we're fucking stupid because we thought that Curtis Blades is going to out-wrestle Sasha Pavlovich?
Sergey Pavlovich.
Sergey Pavlovich, sorry.
Well, I thought that. You didn't.
Yeah, no, I literally said he's going to knock him out in the first round.
Yeah,
but there was that one guy.
Which, yeah.
Oh, yeah, forget about him.
Who cares? But, hey, we're starting a new streak this week.
Please.
I'm ready. So, let's get into it.
Oh, my God, that's right. The streak is over.
It's okay.
It's all right.
We'll be back. 7 in a row.
I never doubt you, my friend. Let's get right into it. And as we mentioned, the first fight of the night is Hailey Cowan versus Jamey-Lyn Horth.
God willing.
God willing, right. Hailey Cowan, obviously, it's somebody, like I said, that we've talked about before. She's a 2-time All-American. I believe she was a tumbler gymnast. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, I don't know if you know anything about gymnasts. Very strong, yet very dense. So, she's actually pretty aggressive. You know, somebody who did gymnastics, obviously, I expect her to be strong.
Yeah.
Do I necessarily expect her to be very aggressive? Not really, but she does seem like a very tough and aggressive fighter. I actually kind of like her, honestly. You know, she makes herself heavy against the cage. She fought, what was her name, Leitch?
That's her. That's
yeah, she busted her open. You know, she did really well in the clinch too. The one thing I noticed is that she is susceptible to arm bars, but she seems like a very strong lady.
Yeah.
You know, Jamey-Lyn Horth just won the LFA title.
What's the last name?
Horth.
Yep.
She just won the LFA title in her LFA debut versus Cantuaria. And Cantuaria actually had a lot more experience. She looked really good. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure you watched that fight, but she also looks big. She looks strong for the Division II. So whereas Hailey Cowan, I think, would be stronger than a lot of women, I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case with Horth. So she dominated her last fight on the feet, put a lot of pressure on the ground too. I think she's going to win this. You know, I think she showed good power. She showed the ability to get out of sticky situations in her LFA fight when she won the title. I like her, man. I think she's going to win, and probably by submission. That seems to be the way to beat Hailey Cowan. I'm going to go RNC in the second round.
Cool. The thing with Jamey-Lyn Horth, really quickly, I wasn't able to find too much tape on her. There's the LFA fight.
Yeah, me neither. I only watched like 2 fights.
Right, and then there's not much more, so we don't know too much about her. Again, she is undefeated. She's Canadian. We know that. The whole thing for me here is hopefully Hailey Cowan gets to actually fight, because we've been doing this. This is the third time.
Why were her last fights canceled? I don't remember now. Was it?
I don't recall. Her opponents pulled out, I believe. I don't think it was her. But yeah, I mean, to me, this is basically a coin flip. Vegas has it as a coin flip. Because I know next to nothing about Horth, I have to take Cowan by decision because we've seen more. But I would stay away from this. I'm not comfortable with it. I wouldn't bet it. Nothing like that.
As far as women's fights go, I'm fairly comfortable with it.
Let's get it then.
Yeah. Not necessarily by the finish, but I do think Horth will win.
Okay.
But honestly, you're right. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Moving on to the next fight on the card, it's Journey Neson versus Marcus McGhee. It was supposed to be Journey Neson versus Brian Kelleher.
Yeah.
And yeah, Marcus McGhee now making his UFC debut. Mm-hmm. What do you think about this one, my brother?
Yeah, so Marcus McGhee, welcome to the UFC. Like you said, it was supposed to be Brian Boom Kelleher, but he had to pull out. Marcus McGhee is a 6-1 fighter. He's 1-1 in the LFA. He has good power. All 6 wins are by KO, TKO. He fights out of the MMA labs in Phoenix, so we know he does have high-level training partners. Another dude with not too much film to watch, honestly.
Definitely, yeah.
But,
especially last minute.
Right, but I do like his power. As far as Journey Newsom's concerned, he's 1-3 in the UFC. The only win came at 274. That was versus Fernie Garcia. Random little tidbit about that. I was at those fights. I was actually sitting next to Fernie Garcia's family.
At the Bellator fight?
No, at the UFC fight.
Oh,
UFC
okay,
274. Yeah. And I was sitting next to Fernie Garcia's family. They obviously weren't too happy.
How did you know? Just because they were cheering?
Well, they were all wearing headbands that said Fernie on them.
Yeah, and who else?
Right, and they were chanting for him. They were there to the first fight of the night. You know, the stadium's empty. Yeah, a whole group of, like a Latino family.
Yeah,
like 20 deep. So
typical.
Anyways, he is really athletic. He's very powerful. What I've noticed is that you never really know what version of Journey Newson you're going to get.
Absolutely agree.
Sometimes he's like very high output. Yeah. And sometimes he's not. Sometimes he's got really good wrestling. Sometimes he doesn't.
Yep.
Did you notice that?
I did notice that, and especially in I think it was his fight versus, I don't think it was Costa. Maybe it was Costa. No, maybe I think it was Fernie Garcia, actually. Okay. He was throwing some weird spinning shit and like things that I hadn't seen him really focus on throwing before. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean he was he was winning that throughout pretty handily, but I don't know. I don't think he's the smartest fighter. Yeah, I feel like he expends energy where he doesn't need to.
And we've seen that too, and then we've seen him also have good cardio.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
He's kind of like weirdly all
He's one of those guys where it's like fight to fight. You never know, like you said, you never know which version you're going to get.
Right. So I don't believe Marcus McGhee was in camp. He fought in January.
Yeah.
And he's taking this fight on very short notice, which leads me to believe that at least he believes he's in shape and ready to fight in the UFC.
Yeah, but look, if the UFC's calling you, you're going to say yes.
Right.
No matter what kind of shape you're in.
Right.
If you say no, when are they going to call you?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree. So there is that, you have to weigh those two things. On the other hand, you have Journey Newsom. He's pretty desperate for a win here. He's 1-3 in the UFC.
He's so tiny.
He probably has to save his job, right?
Yeah.
That's probably what we're looking at.
Probably, yeah.
I'm going to go on.
He's a fun fighter to watch.
Yeah.
But he's not. I mean, let's be real. He's not a competitor. Like in the.
Right. He's not like a high level. Yeah. He's not super high level. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to take McGhee KO round 2. He has really good power. I think Journey Newson has been very inconsistent, and I don't think he's the guy. You were just kind of mentioning that. I don't think he's the kind of guy that's going to be able to stick in the UFC for very long. No knock on him, but yeah, I'll take the newcomer.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, man, this is really hard for me too because there was really not much tape on McGhee.
Yeah.
But I think I have to go with Journey Newson. I mean, just for the experience factor.
Sure.
I mean, and he does throw some of his crazy output stuff is high level. Some of his head kicks are really nice. He also is pretty susceptible to getting head kicked, though. I will say at 5'5", I believe he is. I mean,
sure. Yeah.
5'5", I think 5'5" at 135, right?
They have him as 5'5", yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same weight class that Sean O'Malley fights in.
Yeah.
Aljamain fights in.
Right. Sandhagen.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You're 5, there's no way he'll ever be anything and it's crazy to me because he doesn't look that stacked, pressure, muscle-wise either. Mm-hmm. I'm curious, did you have Kelleher winning this, or did you have Journey Newson winning this?
Yeah, I had Brian Kelleher winning this fight.
Did you? I was going back and forth on that, but I think I was going to lean with Brian Kelleher too. Yeah. Not that he's been anything special either, but...
No, but he's a my boy. I like Brian Kelleher.
Really? Okay.
He's fun. I don't know if he's a full-fledged my boy, but yeah, he's pretty good.
I guess if I have to pick something for this, just to wrap this up, I'll go Journey Newson, 29-28 decision.
Cool.
Just touching him up and kind of doing what he did versus Fernie too.
He is desperate, man, so maybe, right?
Yeah, I mean, he has to keep the pressure on in this fight. So, in any case, moving on to the third fight of the night, it's Stephanie Egger versus Irina Alekseeva.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take this one first.
Go for it.
So... shockingly, Stephanie Egger, she's a finisher, man.
Yeah.
Her last 4 fights have all been finishes. 3 by sub, 1 by ground and pound, and she's won 3 out of 4 of those. Mm-hmm. So, she's winning most of her fights, of course.
Yeah.
And she's finishing them. When's the last time she went to decision?
2020 against Tracy Cortez. She lost a decision. So,
that's a...
pandemic fight.
That's what's his name's ex, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Ortega.
She's snoozing, dude. That's my guy.
She's snoozing.
Yeah,
she's pretty good looking.
She's very hot.
Yeah.
But she's Come on.
He's a good-looking man, too, though.
Yeah, he's a handsome dude.
Shout out Brian Ortega, T-City.
Absolutely.
Our boy, right?
Oh, that's an
Certified.
absolute 100% certified,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Judo's her foundation style, Stephanie Egger, that is. And you could tell. She's got really nice trips. You know, and to me, what's crazy is, like, I noticed a lot of women trying to wrestle with her.
Yeah.
And, like, grapple with her. Why would you do that? What's the purpose of that? Like, this lady's literally a judo specialist.
Yeah.
And she uses it well. Like I said, nice trips, nice takedowns. I kind of like Stephanie Egger, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, I think she's actually a decent fighter. She's got finishing ability. She's got good grappling. Weird loss to Mayra Bueno Silva.
Yeah, by sub.
I feel like she did tap, though.
Yeah.
There's no way, dude.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like, I believe Mayra Bueno Silva. I feel like she let go, because I would have let go, too.
Yeah, you feel the
Wouldn't
tag,
you? Like, especially with a joint submission.
Yeah.
Like, with a choke, it's different, maybe. But, like, with a
whatever. You go to sleep
you're
for
gonna, like,
5 seconds.
I'm going to break your arm.
You're right.
Yeah, no. And the audacity, I don't know. Was it weird for her not to say, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe that's just, like, I'm just an honorable man. But, like, I would have been like, I tapped.
Right.
I don't know. Would you? Or maybe not.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
I'd rather
I think
win.
I would, because, like, I would assume there's tape of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I don't
you
wanna
were
look.
right. I'm pretty sure there was,
Right.
like, right in front of the judges type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in any case, Irina coming off a win in Bellator, much less experience. It's only her 6th pro fight, I believe. She calls herself the Russian Ronda. Mm-hmm. She has 1 armbar submission.
Right.
Like 3 fights ago.
Right. Cool nickname, but it doesn't mean anything.
No, she's like that really is weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't see that she has that finishing ability that Egger has. Egger's also fought the way better competition.
Yeah.
I think she's going to get the finish here. I don't know if it'll be by ground and pound or by sub, but I do think that she gets the finish here.
Okay. Irina Alekseeva, she, like as you mentioned, the Russian Ronda nickname. She's not a judoka at all. She's a sambo fighter. She was a sambo world champion, I believe.
It's the marketing aspect of it, I guess. But,
so.
Nonetheless, bizarre. And also, Ronda got exposed. I know she's a legend.
Right.
And I know she brought women's MMA. Actually, you know what? Is she a legend?
Yes.
She's the reason that we now have to, like, watch this. So.
If there was a Mount Rushmore, though, Ronda would be on it.
She would be the only one on it.
Right.
Like, if anybody had to.
Right.
But I guess Nunes would be, too, for sure.
Nunes. I would put Valentina up there.
Cyborg has to be there. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Anyways, Alekseeva, when she swings, dude, she's so aggressive. She just, like, marches forward. She's slugging wild shit. Anyways,
yeah, but Egger don't play that.
No, I agree with you. And she does get taken down a fair bit because of, she overextends her combos or, like, overreaches or whatever. She doesn't mind. She is very active on the ground. She does have good sub skills because of the sambo. But anyways, Stephanie Egger is a big favorite here.
Is she? How big of a favorite is she?
I think it's minus 300.
I didn't look at odds on any of these.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It's a minus 300.
Okay. That's pretty big.
I see why she's a favorite. Yeah. I don't see why it's that big, to be honest with you. But I am sticking with Stephanie Egger. I think
I could
Vegas
see it, though,
right.
honestly. What would you have put the odds at? I would have probably done like minus 250.
Yeah, 2. I feel like even 250 is a little wide, but whatever. I think Stephanie Egger is going to win this fight. She's going to get the takedowns. She probably can and will get takedowns, right? Because Irina is wild, easy to take down. I think she's going to have a hard time finishing her, so I don't agree with you there. I'll go...
I think you're wrong, so...
Yeah, I'll go Stephanie Egger by decision.
All right, partner. Yeah. Moving on to the next fight on the card. It's Cody Durden versus Charles Johnson at the 125 division. Charles Johnson obviously did not look great in his last fight out. No. He did get robbed, I still feel like. Okay. What do you I thought I had money on Charles Johnson, I'll be honest. I thought he beat Ode Osborne.
Yeah.
But what did you think? Did you think Ode won? I feel like you did.
Yeah, I did think Ode Osborne won that fight.
Oh, I'm sure you did. So,
well, and I'm a Charles Johnson guy.
You are. You love that haircut.
Yeah, it's dope.
If you had hair, you'd rock that.
You think that's what I would do?
I don't think you would.
I would just, like Dustin May from the Dodgers.
Don't bring his name up.
That's the guy.
Don't bring his name up.
Just big.
He's trash, my guy.
Anywho.
He's doing nothing on my fantasy team.
So you don't want to shout out Dustin May?
No, come on. Let's do it still. He's a nice guy, probably.
Shout out Dustin May.
Shout out Dustin May.
All right,
big ginger.
So anyways, Charles Johnson, Energy. Third time we're going to see him. this year.
I'd rather not, to be honest, but here we are.
5th time we're going to see him in the UFC. His first fight in the UFC was last year in July. So in less than a year...
Was McGhee his first fight?
Yes.
That's crazy.
So we're going to see... This is his 6th UFC fight in less than a year. 5th or 6th.
And I commend that.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
It's insane.
It may not be doing him a favor, but he mostly wins, so...
Right, and maybe it is doing him a favor, right? It's like the Kevin Holland effect, even though Kevin Holland was starching people when he was on his little run.
But that's the thing, when you're starching people, you're not going through like wars and decisions.
Right. I feel that. But anyways, he's another guy that's very frustrating, sort of similar to Journey Newsom, but I think he is a lot better than Journey Newsom.
Oh, 100%. Comparatively in the division, absolutely.
Right. You never know what Charles Johnson you're getting. Sometimes he looks great, sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's inactive sometimes, and sometimes he's the most active, like, I mean like activity in the fight, not active in terms of he's fighting.
Yes.
Yeah, so a ton of activity. He's known for being, like, insanely active, and then we haven't seen that sometimes, and that bothers me.
Because sometimes he literally, like, you can see it on his face. He's waiting to counter,
right,
and like do some slick shit.
Do some
and it's
wild
like, bro,
shit.
just throw.
Yeah, and then maybe the Odie Osborne fight was too big of a step up at the time.
I don't know,
but
man.
Yeah, he looked fine. He looked fine in the fight. He looked pretty good.
I really did think he won that.
Yeah.
I really did.
I mean, and there's an argument to be made, and he did. You know what I mean?
I think Verdict had him winning too.
Yeah. So the striking's crisp. We've seen the grappling be really good. But then at the same time, Odie Osborne was out grappling him, and Odie Osborne is not a grappler at all.
No, he's not.
So, like, but then he holds his own against Mikhaev. So, what is that about?
That's really bizarre, yeah.
You know what I'm
Grappling-wise, you could argue that he's given Mikhaev the most trouble grappling-wise.
That's what I'm saying. And then to get...
And his debut, which is so bizarre. Like, and then he's not... at the age that he's at that point, at that fight, you would expect him to continue to improve. It's weird. It's very weird.
Anywho, maybe he didn't expect Odie Osborne to grapple because nobody really did. Yeah. And maybe that's kind of what threw him off. Anyways, I'd like to say if Charles Johnson had power, though, he'd be like scary for this division.
He would be a contender in the division. He's sound everywhere.
Right.
As it is.
Agreed.
But tell me about Cody Durden.
So Cody Durden, obviously he's a wrestler himself. He has really heavy hands. He's one of those guys that's a nonstop takedown threat. He's going to keep shooting on your legs until he takes you down.
Oh.
Not like that. Pause, Cody. I'm sorry, Cody. But yeah, that worries me a little bit because we did see Charles Johnson get out-wrestled last time. But I do think Charles Johnson eventually will win this fight via decision. I feel like Odie Osborne maybe caught him off guard with the grappling, like I said. The gap.
But then why wouldn't Cody Durden catch him? Because he's expecting
because he knows
he's
that
expecting
that,
it from
that's
Cody.
Who he is. So I think the gap on the feet, we've said this before, but I think the gap on the feet here is bigger than the gap on the ground.
Yeah.
I think Johnson will be able to stuff the takedowns when he's expecting them.
He's really good at scrambles, too.
Yeah.
He's really good at the scrambles, and he's better than most at the scrambles.
Yeah. What do you got?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Charles Johnson by decision. Probably 29-28, I would say.
Fair.
I could see Cody getting him down in the first round, and Cody doesn't really do damage.
Right.
Once he gets you down. So
it's more on the feet that he's like threatening with the power. I agree.
With the power, but he's not technical.
Yeah.
I feel like Charles Johnson has more technique.
Yeah, 100%.
Not the power, but
100%.
So I feel like Charles Johnson will be able to piece him up on the feet.
Yeah.
And keep his distance, and I feel like he'll do a better job. And Charles Johnson, to his credit, also does have pretty good takedown defense. I know we didn't see that versus Odie Osborne really, but that was just a weird fight, man. I don't know. Maybe it was fatigue from just fighting so much, and maybe that will be the case here too. But I agree with you. I'll go Charles Johnson 29-28 decision. I think Cody wins the first round, gets him down, doesn't really do damage, but just kind of keeps him there and throws some light blows, and then Charles Johnson does a better job defending the takedown the second and third round, keeps it on the feet, and then Cody kind of more willing to strike, pieces him up from a distance, and not necessarily does a lot of damage, but just does enough to keep him away and get the decision win.
That sounds about right. That's kind of how I see the fight going as well.
I mean, that's the kind of fighter I think Charles Johnson is, but you never know, I guess. So, in any case, moving on to the next fight on the card, it's Martin Buday versus Jake Collier in the heavyweight division. You know how I feel about this goddamn division, Dino. It's it's not my favorite, you know. It is where I competed when I was boxing, which doesn't say much. I was just fat, so...
Shout out fat people.
Shout out fat. Shout out fat people.
Let's get it, man. We in this
honestly,
together.
that's so nice. What the fuck? Huh? You can keep that to yourself, right? Yeah. But I think it is nice to shout out fat people because how often do fat people get shouted out?
They get shouted at.
No. All right. That's so mean.
Let's move on.
Moving on. This is a fat fucking guy, though. Jake Collier, what a piece of shit. No, but seriously, though. Didn't he fight at 185?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. To me, when you got that kind of beard and that kind of haircut, and then you were 185 and now you're 265, you don't care, dude.
You're cutting to 265.
Yeah, you don't care. You mean to tell me somebody with this hairstyle and this beard lineup, lack of a lineup, lack thereof, cares?
What do you think?
What does he care about? Not much. Martin Buday, is he a physical specimen?
No.
No. But low-key, he's got pretty good cardio.
Yeah.
He can put the pressure on. And honestly, he's like... When I first saw him, I'm like, this guy, come on. Like, it's another one of these guys.
Right.
But he's definitely better than, like, your average fat guy.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Agreed.
By the way, was Roy Nelson a heavyweight? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Was he 265?
I don't remember. No idea. Like, but probably.
He looks so much less sloppy, though, than, like, the guys that fight nowadays.
He was raw.
He was amazing.
Shout out Roy Nelson.
You know what I realized today, though?
Huh.
You know who's the original... like, of these sloppy fat guys,
Who's
but,
that?
like, the best one? Ben Rothwell.
Ben Rothwell, he was gigantic.
But he was actually good, though.
Yeah.
He's like what all these fat, sloppy heavyweights aspire to be.
He's still doing his thing. I think he's in bare knuckle right now. He won a fight. Oh, my
God.
Yeah, he won a fight.
I think I knew that, but that's crazy. Imagine taking a bare knuckle shot from Ben Rothwell's big ass, dude. I mean, me neither. Yeah. But, yeah, man, I mean, listen, Martin Buday hasn't lost, right?
In the UFC, right?
Not just in the UFC. You have to go back to 2017 to his second pro fight in Spain on the regional scene where he lost. Has he fought the best competition? No, he fought Lukasz Brzeski. He fought Chris Barnett, obviously, and he won. And, man, that was sad for me because I love Chris Barnett. I know you do, too. But he clearly, like, manhandled them there.
Yeah, yeah.
Martin Buday, man, he's strong. He's got a lot of mass. He's pretty athletic compared to some of these other guys. And he's got really good cardio for the division. I'm going to go Martin Buday. I don't know. I could see him finishing him. I feel like it'll probably be a decision, to be honest. I think he's going to win 30-27.
Okay. I agree with most of the things you said. I do just want to add in the fight versus Lukasz Brzeski for Buday. That decision was a little sus.
It was.
But anyways, yes, I agree with you. He has looked pretty damn good. As far as Collier is, as far as he's concerned, he is a pretty active fighter when as far as the striking's concerned, not too much power. As you mentioned, he used to be a middleweight. Like, how did that happen? I don't want to harp on that.
No, I'm serious though, bro.
I'm sure that was a decision he made.
Listen,
it's probably better for me to go up to heavyweight. I'll be faster than these guys.
No, it wasn't.
So you think he just doesn't?
How would it have been? You would have gone to light heavyweight.
I think he did. I think he slowly.
No, I know he did. But then you would have stopped there.
Right, I guess.
First of all, why would you not stop there? Would you rather look like a light heavyweight or a heavyweight?
I feel. I get what you're saying. Anyways, I do think Martin Buday is the better fighter here. I'm fairly confident in this. He's the better fighter, and Collier's coming off of a knockout last time out.
Yeah.
Buday, for what it's worth, on a 10-fight winning streak. He's naturally a lot bigger than Collier. You know what I'm saying? Before this guy put
Chris
the weight
Barnett
on.
beat the shit out of this guy.
Right. And, yeah. And
Arlovsky beat the shit out of this guy.
So, and he's also younger. Martin Buday's the younger fighter.
And, which is, you know what's insane? Martin Buday is younger than both of us.
Yeah.
He does not look it.
No, but whatever.
He looks like he's been through some shit. Well, he has. He's a fighter, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to actually say he does get the finish. I'll take TKO round 2 for Martin Buday.
Honestly, I feel like I'm leaning towards that, too. You said round 2?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Moving on. Next fight on the card. It's Josh Steroid Boy Quinlan.
Steroid Boy.
Versus Trey Waters.
Yeah.
I really like both of these guys.
Yeah.
But let me get your take on it first.
All right, Trey Waters. Let's start there. 7-1, making his debut here, I believe. His only loss of his career was on the Contender Series. He lost to
Gabriel Bonfim.
Gabriel Bonfim.
He did not get done a favor there.
Right, and he didn't get to show much because it was a quick finish.
It was by Von. Hey, we talk about misspellings in our notes.
Yes.
Via
Conglucho.
Conglucho.
Shout out Congluchokes.
Conglucho. Yep.
Those are dope. But yes,
But I knew I would know what it meant.
Right, of course. So 3 KOs, 3 subs on his record. He is well-rounded, solid power, deserves to be here for sure, I believe. He's stepping in on super duper short notice, though.
Yeah,
that does worry me.
He just fought like 2-3 weeks ago.
He won the LFA title 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, okay, that was for the title, yeah.
So
and he was losing that fight.
Yeah, and now he's here. That's pretty cool.
But that was a slick knockout, though.
Yes, this was supposed to be Angelusa, by the way.
Yeah,
that's who got taken out of this fight. Anyways, he is fighting your boy, Josh Quinlan. You just called him Steroid Boy? Was that the nickname?
Yeah.
All right, Josh Steroid Boy Quinlan.
Because he had that crazy massive KO on the
Contender Series.
And my God, it was a beautiful KO. Yeah. And I'm glad he didn't finish with more shots on the ground. He was and then just like, and I respect that. There's something to be said about it. He didn't hendo him.
Right. Yeah. He has stupid, scary power.
Stupid
scary power.
And he's not bad technique-wise.
At all.
Wise either.
All right, he won. Like you said, he won on his Contender Series. He was signed. He tested positive. That got overturned, but he is still undefeated. The UFC kept him. He knocked out the Vanilla Gorilla Jason Witt violently.
That's your boy.
No, he's a knockout artist, man. He has 2 subs on his record, so he's got that as well.
Quinlan?
But if this dude touches you, you're going out. Like, he has that kind of power where it doesn't matter who you are in this division. You're not going to take.
But I think I'm built different.
You might be. Might be, but. He can knock anyone in this division out if he touches them the right place. Pause. He is a little wild sometimes when he gets in those exchanges. Yeah. He leaves his chin out there, but, man, he believes in himself. He looks legit scary. Minus 180 seems about right for me. I wonder what Quinlan by finish will look like as far as odds are concerned and what Quinlan by knockout will look like on the odds. Because I'll probably bet those. I am taking Quinlan via first round KO.
I bet those 2 odds will be very close.
Yeah, I agree.
They're not. There's no way they'll be more than 40 apart.
Right, and I feel that.
They're probably like minus 2. What did you say the odds are?
He's minus 180 right now.
It's probably like plus 130 for KO.
Yeah.
Or plus 130 for finish. Probably like plus 150 or 60 for.
And you are really good with these
KO.
So we're gonna find that out really soon.
I am.
Usually, like you're within like 5-10.
I am pretty good at those. You're right.
But yeah, so he is facing a very legit guy in Trey Waters. But
I like Trey Waters, man. It's almost a shame that like he's just been dealt like not great cards, like Bonfim, and then
now this guy,
and then he fought like the dude he fought on was it LFA, right?
Yeah,
he was pretty good, man.
Yeah, I mean they're fighting for the title.
I know, but that dude looked legit.
No. But
and then now he's fighting this like KO artist.
Exactly.
It's kind of brutal. I hope they don't like cut him.
No. There's
no
way.
I could totally see him losing this and then fighting a little bit like lower competition, then getting like a nice little win streak going.
Yeah, I agree with that. And another thing is like I would consider Trey Waters a little more here if he had like time and a camp to prepare. But
you got to do it, man. He is really goddamn tall. I will say 6'5" is crazy tall for the division. One thing that kind of tweaks me out a little bit is that. He's only got a 77-inch reach, and I'm saying only, but like you're 6'5", my guy.
Yeah.
Does he have a reach advantage?
Mm-hmm.
5 inches.
Yep.
Okay, I mean it's not a small reach. I almost expect it to be more.
Yeah.
My biggest concern with Trey Waters is the fact that he keeps his hands at his thighs.
Yeah. And don't do that against this guy.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Like keeps his hands insanely low. So for me, that's the biggest thing. Mm-hmm. Exactly what you just said. Josh Quinlan is not the guy to do that against. If he touches you in the right place, like you said, you're going out.
You are going out.
So I don't know. You would think that if we're watching this film, God willing and God hoping, Trey Waters and his team are watching this film.
Yeah.
But I think you're not just going to change how you fight.
Especially off of no camp. Like, you don't have time to make the adjustments.
Exactly.
You are who you were 2 weeks ago in this
Exactly.
sport. So
all they probably know is he's a KO artist.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure Trey Waters is confident.
Yeah.
And I get it. When you keep your hands lower, it's more unpredictable when you throw it, and you can throw it faster.
Yeah.
Especially as a taller fighter, it makes sense. I get that. I just think, again, Josh Quinlan's not the guy to do that with. Josh Quinlan by KO for sure. And maybe in the first.
Yeah.
So, anything else on that one?
No.
Moving on to the next fight on the card, it's Waldo Cortes-Acosta. These guys both have very cool names.
Yes.
Waldo Cortes-Acosta versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima. Give me your thoughts on this one.
All right, so Waldo Cortes-Acosta. He's undefeated. He's a boxer. He's a Dancing with the Stars, Dana White's Contender Series guy. Yeah. He gets a little bit flashy, and then a lot of people really believe in this guy. Like, the hype is there. I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Yeah, and I was hoping that, like, you would agree with me.
No, I really don't see it.
Yeah, because, like, okay, when it comes to heavyweight, which I know your thoughts on it, that's very, like, public at this point.
At this point, yes.
And at 185, it's basically the same damn thoughts, except they're
just
not
smaller.
As fat.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And so everyone's so quick to just assume these guys at heavyweight and middleweight are, like, the next big thing as soon as they get, like, a little bit of a run or, like, a nice finish or whatever.
Yep.
But, like,
I think because we're all just goddamn hoping.
Right.
Please be something cool.
Like, yeah, and I really do believe that's what it is.
And also he's Dominican, que lo que.
I think he's the first Dominican fighter in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's go.
Shout out DR.
Shout out Neson, this guy I met. He was part of the hotel staff.
Nice guy.
At the Royalton, yeah.
This would be a good time for that story about your vacation.
Oh my God.
It's a long one.
We'll tell that another day. I did win Mr. Ryu, like a hotel pageant. I'll tell you guys another time.
That's man's won a pageant.
It's like one of my best stories. It's good. But that's for another day.
Yes. Anyways, like he fought Jared Vandera and Chase Sherman. Okay, and like they did well. Like, if you want to be that next prospect, that like hyped up guy, like you got to be dogging those guys.
Yeah,
you got to be finishing
especially.
them. Yeah. And like he didn't look great at those fights, and I know he's youngish. He's 31 at heavyweight, so he's not old for the division by any stretch.
No, he's not old. For the division, he's not. He's
also very new to MMA. He was a baseball player, which is pretty cool. Like, it's a unique story.
Yeah.
But I think at some point, I know for a fact, like, that's how I feel deep down. I know for a fact that he's going to hit a ceiling at some point.
Yeah, and I think quickly.
Yeah, and it's going to be a hard crash. Is this the fight that is the ceiling? I don't know.
I think it is.
But... yeah, like it damn well could be because
we were just talking about Ben Rothwell.
Yeah,
dude,
Lima's huge.
Lima's first of all dumb jacked.
Yeah,
and he beat Arlovsky. And say what you will, man.
Yeah,
Arlovsky is still doing his goddamn thing in the sloppy ass division.
Yeah,
so he does have a loss to Stefan Struve. Did you know that? I did not know that.
That's dope.
Until this very moment, that's crazy. By arm triangle choke with his long ass arms. But he has wins against Maurice Green and Ben Rothwell and Andrei Arlovsky and somebody that we talked about earlier, Blago Ivanov, and he lost that fight. Mm-hmm. But Blago Ivanov looks pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Did you make an official prediction on this? I apologize.
I just wanted to say Marcos Rogerio de Lima, he is huge, he's powerful, he has really good grappling and really good jiu-jitsu for a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Right? He is very solid. Is he that top level of heavyweight? No, absolutely not. I don't think any of us mistake him to be that.
Certainly
not. Like, he feels like a PFL heavyweight. Like, he would do really well in the $1 million tournament in the PFL. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he would definitely dog those guys. Anyways, the question is this the level? Not 100% sure. I am taking Marcos Rogerio de Lima, however. I think a grapple-heavy attack will be able to slow down Waldo. And I think De Lima can make this like a really, really boring fight and just grind out a decision.
I could absolutely see that.
Yeah.
And I agree with you.
Cool.
Yeah, moving on to the next fight on the card. It's
Juicy J,
Julian Erosa versus Fernando Padilla.
Hey, yeah, boy.
I've never heard of this man in my life, so
hey.
But give me your thoughts on this epic fight. I know which way I'm leaning, but let me hear your thoughts first.
Yeah, so both of these dudes are really long-bodied.
Yo.
Which is like, it's unique for the division. Anyways, Juicy J, Julian Erosa, high output striking, very solid grappling, very well-rounded vet. I'm a fan of his fight style. That's a dope pick. He is really aggressive. He's always down to scrap. He's 6-6 in the UFC, so that doesn't look too good, right?
No, and not only is he 6-6, dude, he gets knocked out constantly.
But here's the thing, Dino.
He does have a win against my boy Charles Jourdain.
So so I wanted to say he's 5-2 in this stint in the UFC.
Yeah.
So after being cut and like coming back, wins against Hakeem Dawodu.
He also has a win versus Nate
Nate Landwehr.
Yeah.
Right, Stephen Ocho, your boy Charles Jourdain, Nate the Train, Sean Woodson.
Dude, Julian Erosa is a good fighter. Hakeem Dawodu, he is a good fighter, bro.
Charles Jourdain is really good too, yeah.
I love Charles Jourdain, and he's improving every fight too.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that... Dude, I think this is one of the locks of the card, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you. Last time out, though, he did get knocked out.
He constantly gets knocked out.
Yeah.
He constantly gets knocked out.
Let's see how he rebounds.
Don't get it twisted. He's constantly getting knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Fernando Padilla just coming in, debuting in the UFC, and knocking out a fighter as high level as Julian Erosa.
No,
Julian Erosa is too tricky, man. I don't see him. The guys that he gets knocked out by or finished by are good fighters.
I mean, and Padilla is solid, but he's a submission guy.
He's
solid.
What I mean? He's a submission. He's not going to knock him out.
Right.
There's no way I see it. That's like one of the last outcomes I see happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What did you say? You said by decision?
I didn't say it.
Oh, I apologize.
No, you're good, but...
I'm not trying to steal your thunder, brother.
Hey, let's get it. The only thing is, can Padilla lock up a submission? Absolutely he can. He has really good jiu-jitsu, super long limbs. I don't believe he will.
And we've seen... Erosa finished by submission too.
Right, but I just think he's a little too scrappy to kind of put himself in shitty situations.
Yeah. Especially with the experience that he has at this point.
Yeah, I don't see a finish here. If there is a finish, it would weirdly enough be Padilla subbing Erosa, but I do believe Erosa is going to stay safe and just win this fight via decision.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next fight on the card, it's Cody Brundage versus Rodolfo Viera, 8-2, 8-3, 185 division. Let me get your thoughts on this one.
Okay, really randomly about Cody Brundage.
Yeah.
Just a little tidbit here. I used to work with one of his best friends, so he was a coworker of mine. His college roommate. To this day, they're neighbors, and that guy's name was Cody as well.
Yeah.
And like I said, they wrestled in college together. Another one of their teammates, Cody Garbrandt.
What?
So there was 3 Codys on the same wrestling team.
And one's black, one's white.
Well, no, they're all white.
Oh.
Cody Garbrandt, Cody Brundage, and my boy.
So I was thinking Chris Brundage, right?
Okay.
From Lane Tech, right?
Fair. But speaking of a black guy, you know who else went there?
Who?
Corey Anderson. So there's Corys and Codys and
that seems confusing.
Kobe's and whatever. Pretty dope. Random thing. But anyways, he is a wrestler. He's do or die. He's a wrestler, but he swings with crazy power. He definitely has the power advantage in this fight versus Rodolfo Viera, who is a top-level jiu-jitsu guy, a BJJ world champion. Decent striking technique. He probably has this not probably. He does have the better technique than Brundage, but Brundage has the power. Last time out, he got knocked out versus Michal Oleksiejczuk for Cody Brundage. That is.
Yep.
He gets knocked out sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Michal's pretty good too.
Right. I think Viera has the better striking technique. He has the better BJJ. The wrestling is iffy, and I think that's kind of what it's going to boil down to. As I mentioned, the Brundage has the power advantage here. Viera has more ways to win, so I have to pick him to find a way to win this fight. But Brundage does have the nuclear option. I'm going to go Viera by sub. I don't want to bet it, and I will probably sprinkle a little bit on Brundage by knockout. Yeah. Those prices are going to be crazy. And again, we're not a betting podcast.
Right. You said it. Yeah. It's tough. I think both of these guys have inconsistencies in their game.
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah. Each is developing, and the grappling skills, if it goes, it's interesting because Brundage is obviously the better wrestler. He's got. I think I was looking at his high school record. I think he's 128 and 20, 22.
Yeah, he was a dog.
He was really good in high school, and that means something. I know, people be like, "Oh, it's high school," but dude, if you've wrestled in high school and you didn't, there's a huge difference in what you know on the ground. Believe me, and what comes naturally to you. But yeah, I just, man, I don't know. I don't see it. You know
his wife was in the UFC, Brundage, because she originally wasn't Brundage. Forget her name, but she was on The Ultimate Fighter, and then I think she made it to the finale and lost.
Interesting. They got married while they were in the UFC, or
I think she was there before. She was there before him.
Oh,
and
interesting.
he ended up making it. She no longer fights, I believe, but
interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just think that the stylistic matchup is better for Viera. So I think for me, it's I could even see him catching him with a haymaker, to be honest. You know, I know Cody Brundage throws them too, but I just think he's going to be able to grapple him, and especially early too. You know, so I'm going to go Viera. I could definitely see by sub, but I could even see Brundage taking him down, and then Viera doing the more work on the ground.
Yeah, maybe.
You know,
it's a possibility. I wouldn't be shocked. Like I said, I think Viera's going to win, but Brundage has his path to victory, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
In any case, moving on to what's now the co-main event of the card, it's Caio Borralho, who I really like.
It's cool.
He's interesting, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's one of the weirdest fighters, I would say. Like,
he's unique.
He's a unique looking guy.
Yes.
Like, he's just a unique guy all around.
Like a jacked nerd. Like that's the kind of vibe he gives.
Right. Off. And who was it? It was a women's fighter that recently, because he has his own small gym.
Yeah. You said somebody just trained with him
nerdy something. Ago. Yeah, it was like exactly. I think it was last week. I thought it was Bruna.
Yeah.
Bruna Brazil. I'm pretty sure trains at nerd. What is it like nerd?
Fighting nerds,
something like that. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, he's going against Michal Oleksiejczuk. This is a tough one for me, man.
Yeah.
You know, because Caio Borralho is so scrappy. You know, like we've seen him like get caught. We've seen him.
Yeah.
Like be kind of losing fights at times, and then he finds a way to win it. And he's 13-1. You know, his only loss coming to Jailton Almeida. Oh, I'm sorry, that's his last loss in grappling was actually to Jailton Almeida, which that's nothing to be upset about. Right. His last loss professionally in MMA was his second fight again on the regional scene.
2015.
So, dude, he like grappling wise, he looked good against Muradov. He fought Armen Petrosyan and he beat him. Like that's a big win, man. Omar Gadziev. These are pretty big wins to me in this division. So Michal Oleksiejczuk, you know, a decent fighter too, obviously. One of the few Polish fighters that we have at this point, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? But
handful.
He's beaten Cody Brundage. He messed him up pretty bad. Ground and pounded him. He beat Sam Alvey. Does that mean as much? Not really. He did lose to Dustin Jacoby, and we just saw Dustin Jacoby last week look like absolute garbage.
Yeah, but it was a different Dustin Jacoby at that time.
Sure. No, I get that. You know, but he does have some okay wins. He has a split decision versus Modestas Bukauskas.
Shamil Gamzatov.
Right. Shamil Gamzatov lost to Jimmy Crute by Kimura, which is interesting.
That's when Jimmy Crute was
doing some things, before he had the deadline.
That a few times.
Yeah. And Ovin St. Preux, he lost to him by Von Fluchuk, which is interesting because Ovin St. Preux doesn't do shit. He was supposed to fight Ian Kutalaba and Khalil. He did have
the Von Preux. You know, the Von Preux choke?
Right.
That's dope. I wish I had like a special move.
Right.
Yeah.
What kind of move do you think they would name after you?
It would just have to be like some wild haymaker.
Like a punch.
That's all I got.
Just like a weird, like a new type. Is there even a new type of punch?
No. My wild punch, like balls to the wall, Hail Mary kind of punch would just be like, it would kind of be like almost like that Dagestani, like the step through overhand.
Yep.
That's my like home run. Like I gotta find it.
You've thrown that at me.
Yeah. That's another story for another day as well.
But that's how you get 950 trees, though.
Hey, let's get
in any case, I'm gonna. You know, initially when I saw this fight on paper, I was like, I'm gonna go Oleksiejczuk with this. I think
I agree.
I think he's gonna knock him out.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go Caio Borralho on this, and I think that he'll probably win. I'm very certain, actually, if he wins, he's gonna be winning by decision. I think he's just gonna outscrap him. I don't think Michal Oleksiejczuk is ready for the weird scrambles that Borralho is gonna be able to get out of. And get into. So that's my take on it.
Awesome. I did want to touch on something on the Borralho side you were mentioning earlier on. He's like a unique looking dude. The UFC is for sure they're pushing him a lot to the UFC Brazil market. I know he's doing like the Fight Pass stuff and like whatever.
I feel like he's the kind of guy that has a Prince Albert piercing.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
You know
all those tats, you never know.
Yeah. You know, when I was doing boxing,
yes.
Right, there was this like very tatted, skinny white man.
Okay.
And then one time I was changing in the locker room, and I'm just doing my thing, changing, and I see out of the corner of my eye like a glimmer.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
what's that? Yeah.
And it was just like this dude's just had like a fucking Michael Jordan earring in it.
Let's get it.
And I was like
a loop?
Yeah, and I was like 17, and I was like,
I'm not coming back here.
I'm not going to ask about that, but that's sketchy. I feel like you shouldn't do that.
Maybe.
But in any case, Caio looks like he might have one of those. And good for him.
Right. And if he does, he owns up to it, and it's his thing. Like, hey, be proud about who you are.
He doesn't have to own up. He can keep doing
himself. I mean, I don't mean own up to it. I mean, like, hey, if you own it, it's like yours. You own it. That's what I meant to say.
Bro, if you want to get your peen pierced,
who are we to stop?
Who are we to tell you? Right.
Yeah,
certainly not us. Not on this podcast, brother. You're not gonna find that.
Yeah, we don't do that. We are very open on this podcast.
Yes.
Whatever you're into, you do you.
You get into it, brother.
Hey.
Or sister.
Anyways, they're pushing him really hard on that UFC Brazil market. Like I said, I think he's doing stuff with Fight Pass.
Is that what they call it?
That's what they call it. UFC
or did you just bust that out of your ass?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Stop
Fight Pass.
Fight
That's what they say.
Stop.
That's what they say.
Fight Pass.
Fight Pass.
That's killing me.
It's dope.
That's killing me, right? Fight Pass. Yeah. That's amazing.
UFC Fight Pass.
Stop saying it.
Anyways.
That's amazing. I love that.
I wanted to give a shout out because Michal Oleksiejczuk, he is Polish. One of our boys, one of our followers, one of our fans, Conrad, he's Polish.
Conrad, what's up, my guy?
Shout out Conrad. But he always gets upset when I pick against the Polish fighters.
Oh, okay.
But unfortunately, I have to do that again.
Sorry, brother.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I think Borralho is going to push for takedowns. I think we've seen that Oleksiejczuk ain't all that when it comes to the grappling.
Certainly not.
So I think he's going to take him down early and often. He's going to be hunting for submissions when he can. I think a tired Oleksiejczuk in the third is going to try to get up, look for that desperation knockout. Maybe the overhand, like I was saying, leaves his neck there. You know what they say, right? Shorty give me neck till she pass out.
Let's get it.
I think RNC.
God, I wish that was me.
What?
You're getting Shorty from the neck till she pass out.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah. Moving on to the main event of the card, it's Song Yadong, or Yadong Song, if you will, versus
someone's dong is getting songed in this fight.
Oh, if you ain't never lied, brother, and you certainly aren't starting today. I'll tell you that.
Hey,
this
you ever had your dong song upon?
It's been years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
My God, so, bro, I told you I just went out for dinner with a woman tonight. I'm taking baby steps at this point.
But she did not song your dong.
Sadly, no.
Okay, maybe one day.
She has in the past. So
shout
hopefully she never watches this. But in any case, Song Yadong versus Ricky Simone.
Yeah.
What are the odds on this one?
Great question.
Ricky Simone's the favorite.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Okay.
That is crazy to me because I think Song Yadong's going to knock his ass out.
Okay.
Yeah. I think people sleep on how good Song Yadong is. Corey Sandhagen himself said that Song Yadong was his toughest fight to date.
Yeah.
Who was it that was it Arce that he fought where he dude, he's got legit power. He may have the best power in the division.
It's up there.
It's up there. Ricky Simone also has got okay power, and I know Ricky Simone is. Do you think he's the better grappler?
1,000%.
1,000%. He's a better grappler. He's a better wrestler. Again, it's to me, it's one of those where I think Song Yadong is better at the grappling.
Yes.
Yeah. The difference in his competitive advantage is smaller than the difference in
the grappling
advantage competitive exactly. So that's the biggest thing for me, and I really do listen.
Yeah.
I would be close to saying that Ricky Simone is a my boy. I really like Ricky Simone. I don't like that he cut his hair.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Well, I think that actually, you know what? I think that'll be a huge thing in this fight too. If he had the mullet,
look at that.
I would lean beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at that, beautiful.
Agreed.
As a guy who I couldn't grow a mullet if I tried, brother. Mm-mm. Not at this point.
I could only have the back part.
Like, you look like Hulkamania, my dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to Turkey and getting my shit done soon. I told you.
I mean,
if y'all catch me draping in a few months, mind your business.
I'm just saying, though, if you guys like and subscribe like we're asking you to, maybe that dream can come true for this fella.
Wow.
You know? A lot of, get a ton of subscribers. All right. He's not afraid to ask for it. Please, like and subscribe.
Please.
Ring the little bell. Leave us a comment.
Why not?
Let him get his hair.
Look at
that. Same.
This is what my life is.
And if y'all would just like, comment, subscribe, all that, maybe we can solve that.
Yeah. Please.
We should do one of those commercials, like the Sarah McLachlan, animal commercials.
Yeah. You just rubbing my head. Like
we have like
we're rubbing our heads together.
Old videos and pictures of us
with
hair.
and then just like happy,
right?
Like happy with life, just
That's
having
what
a
I'm
good
saying. We might
and
shoot
now
one of
just
those.
like
times are tough.
Yep. But yeah, man, that's what I think. Ricky Simone, love him. I think he's getting knocked out, and I'm gonna say second round.
Cool.
And this is the start of the new streak for our boy Dino Bam Bam.
Hopefully.
I believe it, brother.
And I'm going to preface this.
I can't believe you sided with Blades. I think, can I be honest with you guys?
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I feel that, and I was kind of hinting at this last week too. I feel that in your heart, you maybe knew that Sergey Pavlovich is going to win. And I just feel like because Curtis Blades is such a guy that you like, and he's from Chicago, I feel like even subconsciously it swayed you to really going for him. Because I feel like, come on. But maybe I'm wrong. But in any case,
anyway,
please.
So I just want to say, this fight you mentioned, or I mentioned, it was easy.
Yeah.
That's what that's what I thought about this fight. This fight.
Yeah.
Last week you mentioned when we were doing that.
Oh
episode,
yes.
We said next week's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And I kind of changed my mind on that. I don't think it's easy.
Easy in terms of
like picking the winner in this fight. I think
I don't.
Dogs.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Maybe I was like too adamant.
And that's how I felt.
Yeah, I'm not like. I do think that he's going to get the knockout.
Yeah.
And like I said, I love Ricky Simone.
Right.
And could I see him out grappling Song Yadong and messing him up over time with? Of course. I just feel like Song Yadong is being slept on, and I do feel he will get the knockout. So.
Fair. I just want to preface this. The streak is over.
Yeah.
We're starting new. I am so damn comfortable.
And it's a tough one to start with.
It's
a tough one to start the new streak with.
So here's what I want to say. I am so damn comfortable.
Oh, really?
With next week. I'm so certain. So even if I screw this one up, we're starting next week or we're adding on.
Well, the good news is nothing's really going to happen if you fuck it up now.
That's what I'm saying.
But next week...
And we're going to talk about
hold on. How confident are you? Because I'm not that confident.
I'm 1,000%.
You're going Aljamain.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, let's start with this. I was 1,000% picking Song Yadong here.
Yeah.
Until I really, really started breaking down the film.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know how good Ricky Simone is?
He's goddamn good, man.
Dude, he is 20-3.
I like him better personally than I do Song Yadong, and I like Song Yadong a lot.
And I know that about you.
Yeah. Oh.
But hey,
come on.
Here's what I want to say.
Yeah.
I think Ricky Simone is significantly better than the general MMA public realizes.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think even for
and it's crazy because he looks like a guy that would be a fan favorite.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think even the diehards
I agree with you.
Really know how good he is.
But how many people on what's the tapology on this?
It's a great question.
I'm just very curious. And the odds are, I can't believe. Well,
58-42 for Ricky Simone. So, anyways, what I want to say, Dino, is we've seen Song.
It matches the odds, though.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah.
What I wanted to say is we've seen Song Yadong lose before because his wrestling couldn't quite hold up.
Yeah.
And Ricky Simone,
but it was against really good wrestlers.
Agreed.
And Ricky Simone is a really good wrestler.
Very good wrestler. Yeah. He's going to shoot until he gets it. We've never seen Ricky Simone's cardio fail him. Big question mark.
Man, I think you might be like convincing me. Like,
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think this being a 5-round fight as opposed to a 3-round fight really changes much.
I don't think it changes it either. I think they both have good cardio.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Song Yadong is at Team Alpha Male now, so we know he's getting really good wrestling there.
Yeah.
How much better can you get? He is young.
He's so young,
big
though.
Jumps. Right.
Dude, when he fought Sandhagen, he was, 23?
Yeah, I have no idea. That was really, it was like his last fight. Or 2 fights ago.
At 23, you were Sandhagen's toughest fight. Like, I'm going to stick with Song Yadong, man. And maybe it's not by finish, but...
So hear me out, though. I think Song Yadong is really a problem in this division. He has a huge future in this division and at 145.
Yeah.
I think he will eventually move up. The kid is absolutely
jacked
for
man.
the division. Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be a decision. I think it's going to be a razor-close decision, 48-47. I'm
excited to see 5 rounds of it.
Yeah, I'm leaning Ricky Simone, man. I think Song will rebound heavily after this and really make that push into title contention.
Yeah.
But
how do you see that happening then? If it's a 5-rounder, you said 48-47?
48-47.
So
fast-paced,
3-2.
high output.
So how do you see it? Okay, round 1. I'm assuming you're going Simone.
I mean, look, I think Simone is going to be controlling at the end with the wrestling.
So you think he'll take like the if it's going to go to decision, I see him taking the last 2. Exactly.
Yeah, I think he takes 2 of 3, 4, 5. So maybe they split 1 and 2, however that goes, and then Simone.
I will say this: I agree that if it does go to decision, it's definitely going to Simone.
And this fight has potential to be fight of the night.
Oh my god! And you love that for a main event.
And it has like outside chances of being like a fight of the year candidate. Like it can be.
It could
obviously, chances are it won't be, but it's one of those fights.
Yeah.
Like these guys are exciting. But anyways, next week, as I mentioned, UFC 288. I'm lit about it. We have Aljo versus Cejudo. So Triple C's return versus Aljo, who everyone wants to see fail for some reason. Bilal versus Gilbert. Jessica Andrade. Evloev versus Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah, that's a big one, man.
Your boy Charles Jourdain.
I'm pumped.
Drew Dober. Matt Frivola. My boy Kennedy Nzechukwu.
Yep.
Chaos Williams.
We got Kron Gracie.
Hear this out. Crazy fight. Ugly Man Joe versus Claudio Ribeiro. And most importantly, yo girl, Fernando Genova. So 288 is about to be bananas, dog.
Yeah. Where is that happening, by the way?
That is happening in New Jersey.
Should we go?
Newark.
Should we go last minute?
Do you want to?
I've never been to Jersey.
You know what's crazy? I have a bunch of friends.
By the way, I am down to go to International Fight Week now.
Perfect. We're going to do it. The Figgy fight got canceled, which sucks.
It did?
He failed like the doctors won't clear him. The broken orbital, I believe, against your boy Brandon Moreno. But anyways, I have a bunch of friends that have tickets to this fight because they wanted to go see Benil.
Oh.
And then that fight fell out, but they're stuck with tickets, so they're going. But
would they sell them? I would take a quick trip to Jersey. There's no way tickets are that expensive.
Let's talk about it. We're gonna hang up.
Yeah.
Finish this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, are you excited for 288?
Oh man, absolutely.
Are you excited for this card?
I'm excited for everything, dude. Oh, well, this card's fine, but yeah.
Let's get it. We good?
Of course.
Anything else?
No, just take us out, my brother.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Ring the little bell so you get the notifications. Help us out. My boy needs hair. I need it too. We could do a lot of things with that. You know what I'm saying?
What if we live stream if
the hair implants? Y'all want to see it?
If we get to 100 subscribers.
Okay.
And I don't know what else. There's got to be something else.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Hit us up on Instagram.
I'll live stream them taking chunks out of my skull.
Hey, if you guys want to see that, please follow. Please like and subscribe. Dino Bam Bam with DS MMA Young Boy. Anything else?
That's it, my friend.
We good?
We're good.
Peace.